So when I was first asked to tell a little something about finding God in my community, I was honestly a little bit stumped. I kept trying to think about a community as a whole city, or even like my apartment building, but I looked up the definition of the word community, and it said that a community is a group of people living together, caring about each other. And I've come to realize that what's meant by communities, I use the word families to describe. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the different families that I've come across in the past few months.
I wish nothing but the best for you to don't forget me.
The first family that I became a part of was my BVS unit. We all came together at orientation in Chicago, and we were very, very different people. We were at different parts in our lives, we had different beliefs, we came from different places, we were just different. And yet, somehow, in about one day, that's all it took, we became a family. We connected through our belief that service and God are both important. We started to care for each other, to love one another, to really become a family. And the more we became a family, the more we recognized God in our little family. We saw God in the others and in the things that they did. We saw God in the ways that He was touching their lives that they hadn't yet figured out. And we started to see why God had introduced these people to us. So needless to say, at the end of 3 weeks, we were inseparable. But, sadly enough, we had to say goodbye, like families do sometimes. And we all moved on our separate ways. So I moved to New Windsor, Maryland, and I was overwhelmed by all the changes that had come. But the biggest one for me was how lonely I felt. I had gone from living with my family to living with a wonderful group at orientation to being all by myself in an apartment in a strange town. So Sunday morning came and I went to church. And I found my newest family. I was immediately swarmed with love and hugs and just overall care for me. And I knew that God had led me to this church for a reason. And we connected through worship, and we came together and we praised God no matter our differences, and we became a family. I started becoming very active in the church and hanging out with them outside of just Sunday mornings. And it really helped so much to know that I had this family there and that they really did care for me. The next family that I became a part of was one that I knew I was going to get, but I didn't know how amazing it would be. I started work Monday morning for Brethren Disaster Ministries, and I was incredibly nervous. I had never worked in an office before, and I wasn't sure that I'd be any good at it, or that I would like it at all. But I came in, and I found these people who were really willing to help me work through anything that I didn't understand. I found people who really cared about their jobs, and truly cared about me, too. We became a family. A dysfunctional one some days, but a family nonetheless. And we connected through God as well. We would pray at staff meetings, we would talk about our joys and concerns before each day started, we loved each other and we all loved God. And we connected by that. So, in closing, I've experienced a lot of different communities in the past few months. And what I've learned is that when a community connects over God and really keeps God in that connection, that community lasts and it becomes a family. And really, who could use some more family?